Everyone knows that when it comes to Shabbos, Chazal instituted that every single one of the 3 meals of Shabbos, we not only eat bread, we establish the meal on lechem, but there's something that's called lechem mishnah, to have 2 loaves. Why do we have 2 loaves of bread? So 2 loaves for each meal is a zecher, is a commemoration of the miracle of the man that fell for the Jewish people in the desert. That we know that a double portion of man fell on Friday, right? And one was eaten on Friday, the other portion was saved for Shabbos. So to commemorate that miracle, we have a lechem mishnah, we have a double portion also in every meal of Shabbos. Now, if you think about it, though, it's a very strange thing. Why? When that double portion of man fell on Friday, how do we think about that? So I think that this would be my simple reaction, is that the 2 portions of man that fell on Friday, one was Friday's portion, and one was Shabbos' portion. And Friday had the same amount of man as any other day of the week, and Shabbos has the same amount of man as every other day of the week. The only novelty that took place is that Shabbos' man fell early. That's the way I would think of it. Well, in that case, then the miracle and the greatness of the falling of man on Friday is not the fact that it was so much man. It wasn't the abundance of man. Friday still has 1 portion of man, and Shabbos has another portion of man. The only significant point is that Shabbos' man fell early. So in that case, why would Chazal institute to commemorate that event on Shabbos by having 2 loaves during every meal? Wouldn't it make more sense to do something on Shabbos to commemorate the fact that Shabbos' man fell early? Maybe Chazal should institute that we should make early Shabbos every week, or something like that. What is having a double portion of challah on Shabbos? How does that connect us and remind us of the miracle of the man, which wasn't the fact that it was a double portion per se, it was the fact that Shabbos' man came early. So it would seem that that's not the way to view the double portion of Friday's man. It wasn't a portion of man which is Fridays and a portion of man which is Shabbos's. It's just that Shabbos came early. Rather, it was a Kiddush in the man of Friday, that Sunday had 1 portion, Monday has 1 portion, Tuesday has 1 portion, and so on. Friday had 2 portions. And the man that fell on Friday was Friday's man. But instead of it being just 1 portion of man, it was an abundance of man that fell on Friday. And the extra leftovers that were uneaten on Friday were saved for Shabbos. So it wasn't so much that it's Shabbos' man, which is the same amount as every day, just early, but rather Friday was blessed with an abundance of man. But now the question is, so that's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful miracle to commemorate the fact that Friday was blessed with an abundance of man, but that's a miracle of Friday. That seems to be a blessing of Friday. Why would we commemorate the abundance of Friday on Shabbos? So Chazal institute that every single meal of Shabbos we have lechem mishnah to commemorate the abundance of man, the double portion of man, which was Friday's portion. If this was a Friday portion, double portion, then let us have lechem mishnah on Friday. Why are we commemorating the double portion of Friday with the eating of Shabbos? What this tells us is a fundamental point, which is that what is Shabbos? Shabbos is abundance. Shabbos is veryness. Shabbos is there are 2 types of experiences in life, There's one type of experience in life which you can call very plain and simple and not too exciting. Vanilla, let's call it. And then, even during the 6 days of the week, you have experiences and moments which are like just moments that can be described with the adjective of very. Very good, very maybe not so good, but veryness. There are times in life where life is kind of boring, and then there are times in life where life is not boring at all, the opposite of boring. A lot happening. Whenever you have moments of where there's a lot happening in life, a moment that can be described with the adjective very, that's Shabbos. That's Shabbos. So you know what Shabbos is? Shabbos is the boost that the Rebbeinu Shalom injects into life, which makes life very. That's what Shabbos is. And so any time that we experience any level of veryness even during the 6 days of the week, we should know that's a spark of Shabbos. Shabbos is not just one day out of the week. Shabbos in the soul is that sense of veryness, that sense of abundance, that sense of overflowing energy. And that energy is not just contained in the 7th day of the week, it spills over into all 6 days. And any time that we experience any level of abundance in the 6 days of the week, that's Shabbos moment. That's a blessing of Shabbos. Friday had a double portion of mun. And the mun that fell on Friday, the double portion of Friday's mun, was Friday's mun. But we commemorate that miracle by eating lechem mishnah on Shabbos. The reason is because by us eating lechem mishnah on Shabbos to commemorate the abundance of Friday's mun, what we're saying to ourselves and we're saying to our families and what we're acknowledging to the Rebbeinu Shalom is that any level of abundance, any level of veryness that a person can experience during the 6 days of the week, that's Shabbos. Shabbos is the source of all blessing. And any abundance that we experience during the 6 days of the week is really, truly, its source is Shabbos. So even though Shabbos was eating the leftovers of the mun of Friday, but the extra abundance of mun that fell on Friday and was Friday's was in its root, in its essence, really coming from the source of Shabbos. And that's what Shabbos is. Shabbos is veryness. Shabbos is life when life is vibrating with vitality, with excitement, with energy. Shabbos is life. Shabbos is when life comes to life. When life moves from just plain vanilla to become a dynamic experience. Anytime life is dynamic, whether it be physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you name it, whenever there's a veryness moment in life, that's coming from Shabbos, that's what Shabbos is. Hashem should bless us, that we should be zocheh to be able to always have the vessels to experience the veryness of Shabbos in a healthy way, in a productive way, and to take that energy, that vitality, that abundance, and direct it in a productive way, in a way that brings us closer to Hashem, in a way that brings us closer to the source of all brachas, which is Shabbos itself.